In this video, you'll learn the fourth melody in my Travis Picking series. This is an original arrangement in the key of A minor. So let's get started with a demo, and then we'll move into our tutorial. If you're enjoying this arrangement, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Lara. I'm a musician, a composer, and a ukulele teacher. I hope you have fun exploring my arrangements and song tutorials. This arrangement is for low G tuning, and the tabs will be on screen during this lesson. You can also download the tabs from my Patreon page, along with my book of tabs and my songbook covering all of the tutorials that I've shared. You'll find a link down below in the description to download the tabs. Now let's get started with our tutorial and walk through the tabs. Here's our Travis Picking pattern played slowly on A minor. I'm starting by picking strings 4 and 1 together with my thumb and middle finger. Then I'm picking string 3 with my thumb, string 2 with my index finger, back to string 4 with my thumb, down to string 1 with my middle finger, and I'm finishing on string 3 with my thumb. The rhythm of this pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So as we play this pattern, our thumb will alternate between strings 4 and 3, going back and forth. Now if we bring this pattern up to the tempo of this melody, if you're feeling generous and you'd like to support my channel, then see the video description for an easy way to buy me a coffee. Taking a look at this arrangement, every measure is made up of 2 full Travis Picking patterns. We're starting this melody on an A minor chord. I'm using my index finger to play A minor because as we move into measure 2, I'm going to stretch my pinky out to the 5th fret. So using my index finger rather than my middle finger makes it easier to reach this note. So starting in measure 1, we're going to play our Travis Picking pattern twice on A minor. So each time we play our Travis Picking pattern, we'll pick the first string twice. In measure 2, the first time we pick the first string, we'll be on the 5th fret using our pinky. The second time we pick the first string, we'll be on the 3rd fret using our ring finger, and then we'll go back to one full pattern on our A minor chord. So here's how this looks, playing measure 2 at a slow tempo. Measures 3 and 4 are played the same way as measures 1 and 2. In measure 5, we're going to a D minor chord. Here I have my index finger on the first fret of the second string and my middle and ring fingers on the second fret of strings 3 and 4. For our first Travis picking pattern in measure 5, we'll play one full pattern on D minor, and then for our second pattern in measure 5, we'll place our pinky down on the third fret of the first string, and after we pick the first string, we'll lift it back up again. So here's how it looks to play the full measure 5. In measure 6, we're moving back to an A minor chord. This time I'm using my middle finger because it's already in place from our D minor chord, and I don't have to stretch as far as I did in measure 2. So we'll play one full pattern on A minor, and then I'll place my pinky down on the third fret of the first string to play the beginning of our second pattern, and then I'll lift it up. In measure 7, we're moving to an E7 chord. I have my index finger on the first fret of the fourth string and my middle and ring fingers on the second fret of strings 3 and 1. We'll play one full pattern on E7, and then we'll place our pinky down on the third fret of the first string to play the beginning of our second pattern, and then we'll lift our pinky back up. Then we'll do that twice more in measure 8. When we get to the end of measure 8, we have repeat bars, so we'll go back to measure 1 and repeat measures 1 through 8. In measure 9, we're going back to an A minor chord, this time using our middle finger to play A minor so that our index finger is free as we move into measure 10. So in measure 9, we'll play our pattern twice on A minor, and then in measure 10, I'm placing my index finger down on the first fret of the second string to play our pattern twice on F. In measure 11, we're moving to a G sus2 chord. Here I have my index finger on the second fret of the third string and my ring finger on the third fret of the second string. We'll play our pattern twice on this chord, and then in measure 12, we'll place our middle finger down on the second fret of the first string, forming our G chord. We'll play our pattern once on G, and then for the second pattern in this measure, we're going to hammer onto the third fret of the first string using our pinky, and then we'll lift it back up. So here's how this looks. So here are both patterns in measure 12. In measures 9, 10, and 11, we want to emphasize the second string, playing the notes on this string a bit louder than we did in measures 1 through 8. So here's how it sounds to play measures 9, 10, and 11 at a slow tempo, exaggerating the notes on the second string. At the end of measure 12, we have repeat bars, so we can go back to measure 9 and repeat measures 9 through 12. Measures 13 through 20 are played the same way as measures 1 through 8. As we move into measure 19, we can start slowing down the tempo as we approach the end of the melody. And then in measure 21, we're going back to our A minor chord, and we'll pick all 4 strings. I hope you've enjoyed learning this beautiful Travis picking melody. If you're interested in seeing more Travis picking arrangements and tutorials, then see this playlist here. Have fun practicing, and thanks for watching.